Thank you, Dan.
You are welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I know a lot of you, so I'm very excited to see you all here. This makes it a lot easier. So my company is Leading Management Solutions, and I will start with a very quick background first to let you know how it evolved into what it is now. I first moved to Ocala at the end of 2012 because my father started a pediatric practice here called Premier Pediatrics, and he needed a practice manager and was not able to find one. So he said, I need you here, come on down. I had just graduated with my bachelor's in psychology. I wanted to be a mental health counselor, so I did not think that this is where it was going to go, but I ended up coming here, spending a lot of time learning all aspects of practice management, except the clinical stuff. I leave that to my parents. But then I, eventually got my master's in healthcare management, and I learned a lot about it, and I felt that the practice where I was kind of a great starting point, but I also wanted to do more. I wanted to do my own business, so I started Leading Management Solutions as a business consulting firm for medical practices. And I was working with different medical practices here locally as well as virtually in some other cities, also in Florida. We were providing business consulting as far as how to become more efficient, how to get more patients. Also, we were providing some services to help them outsource time-consuming stuff like credentialing or prior authorizations, all of that boring stuff. It became very hard for me to sustain the company because my labor expenses went really, really high, and it was just really hard for me to do it myself. I've always been self-funding. So at the end of 2018, I kind of sat down and I thought, okay, what can I really do that will help the community, help the clients here, and also that I will enjoy doing. So throughout this whole time, I've always really liked marketing. I've read at least 100 books on marketing. I do a lot of events with my father's practice. We started doing a community fair when I first moved here, and we're actually going to have our 6th annual community fair on October 12th. So it's been something that we've been building up. It started as a patient appreciation day where we just invited our families and our patients and other families in the community, but then we also started inviting different organizations that served children and families, and they came and set up vendor tables, and so it kind of grew every year. That was my background with the events, but I never really knew that that was going to become more. But now, in the beginning of this year, I actually had my very first business networking event. And with my healthcare background, I really wanted to focus on the healthcare industry. So we invited different people in healthcare, basically anyone working in healthcare, of course. We had, physicians, nurses, other mid-level providers, practice managers, healthcare consultants, counselors, anyone working with or in or with the healthcare industry, basically. And then we, took that same concept that I had with the annual community fair, where we also had vendor tables, and we invited different businesses that provide services to our healthcare audience to come and represent their companies and tell the community more about the services that they provide. So we call this event the Healthcare Networking Mixer and Expo, or the H&M. And we are now doing it every 3 months here in Ocala. We are at Paddock Ridge, which is an assisted living facility. I've had some great testimonials from past vendors. I have a few of you guys here that have participated before, and I've really been proud of the fact that we are being, useful in the community for businesses to be able to gain more local exposure, to meet new people, make new connections, and also get some new leads and new patients and clients. So we are now expanding this concept. We've also started doing smaller events in between the events that we do every 3 months, where we do speed networking events and then some other roundtable events now, just to keep building our network, keep building our email list, and to keep this whole networking atmosphere going. So I've made a lot of friends, made a lot of connections. I really, really love what I'm doing. We are now expanding to other cities. I did do one event in Tampa, and we finally found a better venue in Tampa, so we're going to start doing events there every 3 months. Our next one is going to be in January, and I actually also was just connected with a venue in Orlando, so we're going to be going to Orlando in December. So, I always get messages on LinkedIn or Facebook asking me, hey, when are you coming to Jacksonville, or when are you coming to Miami? So So it's really going to be, a process to get to all these cities and build up those networks and all of them. But I feel like I have a good, footing here in Ocala. I've got a great network. I've got some great testimonials. So now it's getting easier. So we are also now expanding in a different direction where we're doing the same types of events, but for the general industries, because I've had a lot of different people from other industries ask, when are you going to do more events for just us? So we've got our next one coming up October 10th. So that's another way that we're taking this. And from this, we've also now had clients ask us to do private events for them, all events for them to market their businesses. We do grand openings and other showcases. We are doing a health fair for a chiropractor client. So we're also now using that aspect of our business to grow as well. And one thing that we just introduced are vendor memberships, which we do have yearly and monthly options. And this is something I'm really excited about because partners that join, members, are able to have access to all of our events instead of just paying for one event at a time. And so they get much more better deals, and it's a lot more affordable to them to pay on a monthly basis. So I've had some great success with that, even though we really just rolled out the monthly payments last week. So I'm excited about that. What do you guys think?